Namaskar, everybody. This is Shwetali Sengupta from Aspiring Life Consultants Private Limited. How are you all? It's been after many days. I'm, live here, back from, recovering from COVID-19 and back to you. It's a pleasure, to be live with students and so many people. Today, I'm going to give a brief, okay, along with one of my very close student, Akash Datta from BGC Medical Trust College under Chittagong University. He is going to guide the newcomers how the first year you are going to study, how it is important, and how it is very easy also to make your first prop very easy. The tip and tricks, the help of the notes, the question banks, the books, the guidelines, and everything. Akash had gone to BC Trust to study MBBS Bangladesh from our consultancy Aspiring Life in the session 2018 and 19, and he had passed his first prof at the first attempt with a very flying good marks. We are very proud of you, Akash. Today, let me have Akash with me online. So I'm adding Akash Datta from BGC Trust Medical College.
নমস্কার ম্যাম।
নমস্কার আকাশ,
Yes,
কেমন আছিস?
yes ma'am. ভালো
How are
আছি
you
ম্যাম।
doing?
আপনি কেমন আছেন ম্যাম?
আমিও ভালো
Yes
আছি।
ma'am, fine.
So today, I don't know how many of them are live, but I think everybody should be very beneficial when Akash will guide the
Yes.
newcomers, for the first year how they should study. So today, my topic will be totally based on, you know, uh, Chittagong Medical University, its
But
curriculum, and how, Akash, you have to give us the detail about. First, you tell me how is your journey from 2018-19 till your first prof. Let us have an introduction with you. Then we will go to the main vital points about the items, the viva, the cards, and trip and tricks of the first how to pass the first year prof. Okay, but first we would like to know your journey from India to
okay,
Bangladesh with Aspiring Life.
okay ma'am. First of all, I started my journey at 2018. I came to Aspiring Life, and my mother just saw the brochure of going to Bangladesh, and that was a emotional because we Bengalis are emotionally connected to Bangladesh, and my father, my mother, my uncle is so much connected to Bangladesh. So they decided, okay, we'll not send you to Ukraine or Russia. We will be sending you to the Bangladesh. And ma'am just helped me, and aspiring, of course, Sam, Manish sir, all helped me in securing my admission and everything. So my journey started bit late because of some undue circumstances, and I started my journey at 2019 Feb. Then and all my friends just got admitted in 2019 January. I was just a bit short of the so it was it became very complicated for me because to cope up with that situation, there was many items have been went, and I was in the middle of the class,
But
so
Akash,
I
I would
went
like
there.
to interrupt you. I would like to interrupt you. You also missed a thing that Aspiring Life had given you a pre-orientation class, which I think helped you.
Yes ma'am, yes, sorry ma'am, yes, yes, yes.
When there was a gap of a month, those days, whatever you have gained from our pre-orientation class, I think it helped you to some extent.
Yes, it helped me a lot. Sorry, ma'am, I just skipped it.
No, no, no problem.
It occurred after the October, after the Durga Puja, and it helped me a lot. There was uh, from the aspirings, there was Shubhajit sir, maybe from the China, from the he studied from the China. He cracked the FMG and just gave us an introduction class. There was so much we gained knowledge, and there was an apron ceremony there. Also, stethoscopes has been given. It was a means what we were craving for years, to get admitted in medical college. That was we got that taste before
We
going to the
wanted to
medical
give
college.
you
As
that
far
feeling. We wanted to give you a first-hand
yes,
feeling. So it was all about the pre-orientation class.
yes,
Okay,
that
so
that
you
is
went to BGC Trust and how the teachers helped you. How were your initial days? We want to
yes,
know.
ma'am. Ma'am, the after going to BGC means the day I went, the next day I went to college. So there was item, there was anatomy item, and after going to the lectures, completing, then was biochemistry lectures, and I was very new. Nobody knew that where that this fellow came, and I was so much means awkward in that class. But when I went to the anatomy class, Ma'am told me, there was Samira ma'am, and told me, at last roll one came, at last. And then after that, ma'am was taking item, and I saw how the item was ma'am taking, how the visceras they are holding, and what are the questions. I marked it. Ma'am told that you don't know anything, so I will not take the item today. I will take it on later. So that was a
I
good
think
thing.
that was a very good
I
start. That was a good,
Very good start.
gesture from a teacher, to give you that
Yes, ma'am.
opportunity. So it is only possible in Bangladesh maximum where teachers understand this value because of
Yes,
language. Language is not a barrier between Bangladesh and India. So I think
India.
there is an emotion. There is an emotion connected to it. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Ekdom. Then, ma'am, after that, in the next, then I asked my ma'am that, ma'am, when I can give the pending item. Then ma'am says, my door is always open. You can come any time to give your pending items. So after going to the hostel, my friends helped me, told me what are that items, what cards, what is term, what is professional examination, what you have to study, what not, everything. Then I studied and gave the item. After giving the item, ma'am cleared that item. In that way, I just coping up with the situation. Then at a point of time, my health was not well. Because of that, I came late to the Bangladesh. I have some problems, so for that reason I came back. So it was a middle of time, then I went back. So for that time, I missed so many classes, but our professor and all just helped me a lot to cope up with the situation. And at a point of time, I was just being helpless, but sir, madam, all are just like pillars. They help me a lot to study, how to excel good in the written examination, how to give vivas, what to read, what not to read. So they help me a lot. They are just like guardians in in BGC. They are just like my parents. They help me. They push me harder so that I can pass the first professional examination. They always told me the mantras that, do whatever you can, but don't miss the classes. uh, don't miss the items. One thing, you can save your years. So in this way, by fighting and fighting, I just at the end I cleared.
Yes, the study of MBBS is a battle. It's a huge
It's a
battle.
battle.
It's a battle. I think you also agree. But I think you people are very lucky going to Bangladesh because I have
Yes.
seen in maximum colleges the teachers, professors, lecturers are very helpful, very cooperative, as you are saying also. That's very important when you have teachers who will push you, who will not demotivate you, but who will push you to go or carry forward. That is very important.
Yes.
So I think we are lucky. You people are more lucky in that way.
Yes. We are live.
So tell me, Akash, in Bangladesh, all maximum students complain it's not like a college. All the colleges are more like a school. Every day there will be recapitulations of items,
Yes.
viva. So tell me how these every day, how you feel about it, the viva.
Ma'am, after going to college, I thought that, okay, after leaving our college, after leaving the school, I am going to
Again back
another
to school.
school.
Again back to school.
Again back to school. Only one thing is missing. That is the early morning prayers. Okay, ma'am, that one is missing. Everything is same. Okay. What is the difference between the tutorial classes of India and Bangladesh? There is a students teacher ratio. Okay, after the completion of lecture, we get 15-minute break. In that, we bring our breakfast and all that, but in maximum time we don't get. We have to do our study, because items will be there in our tutorial classes. So ma'am, we went to the tutorials, then the vivas will be taken. Some because ma'am or sir will teach you before, 1 day, 2 days before, or 1 week before that subject. She will highlight those points, which points have to be studied and all that. Then ma'am, comes that the vivas, that the items will be taken in that um, in the classes. And ma'am, it's a school like atmosphere. If I don't able to give answers, ma'am will not leave me. Ma'am will scold me. Then they will give me the appropriate what to do and what not to do. They will always keep an eye on the students, on the progress, and that will be informed to the head of the department that student is studying or not, what he is doing. The atmosphere is school like.
Means the atmosphere
Utmost care
will
of students are
make
taken.
will bound a student to study. who really
Yes,
wants to
ma'am.
study can study in such a good environment, that is
Yes,
very
yes, ma'am.
important. When you have teachers who will just treat you like a class, school, and will guide you, it's a blessing. I guess it's a blessing. And today you
Blessing.
have
Yes,
passed your first prof in the first attempt, all this due to because of this guidance, right? You cannot deny the facts. There is
yes,
a huge role of the professors, lecturers, and the teachers. So tell me about
yes.
the Viva. How you? I mean, many students are very paranoid about the Viva. You tell me, how was your first Viva?
Okay, ma'am, the first Vivas are, I have given so many Vivas in item, card supply, term supply in the first professionals. There are so many Vivas. So coming from the bottom, it is the items. The items are so much hectic. The professional exam Vivas are not so much hectic. The items Vivas, because in items, Sir ma'am asks many questions. Many questions. Okay, ma'am. For an example, my first Viva was of heart, viscera. So ma'am called me. Role one I was, so picked up the heart, then positioning in the anatomical position, then saying all those points what ma'am is asking, then tracing the arteries and all that. So I cleared in one shot because I have attended the ma'am's class. What ma'am told, what ma'am written in the notes, I have noted it down. So I able to the main thing is that to excel
Well,
in
Akash,
Viva, you have to be
Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. What is the main thing a student should keep in mind? Okay, while giving the Viva. See, many
a student
students
should.
are very good in studies. Okay, there are students who are very
Yes,
good in
yes,
studies,
I've seen.
but when they
Hmm.
stand forward to give the Viva, they lose their nerves. Okay, so how to overcome this? What is the trick?
What is it? First of all, they have to give the demonstration of anything. Just like I am saying about the heart, the diaphragm, they have to hold in front how the diaphragm is hold in front of their friends. They have to they have to say what the professors ask, which questions they ask, and and that opposite person, the friend or classmates who are in there opposite one, so he or she will see that and tell what is your mistakes, what are the problems you will commit. And the second point is that you can't be nervous. There is no chance of nervousness. If you fall in that trap, professors will ask more and more questions, so you have to be cool. Just like
Do
okay,
you
you
think
have to be very cool.
group study helps? Do you think, Akash, for Viva, you
uh,
just spoken about, you just tell me about the this thing, I mean demonstration. So suppose two of your friends or in a group, you can practice the Viva. Does it help?
yes, yes, it helps. It helps if the all the persons on the group are of same mentalities, it will help. Otherwise it will be a disaster.
Okay. Okay. So keeping a confidence, patience, and you need to solve your Viva. Come to guidebooks. I meant notebooks. What about the notebooks? Uh,
Ma'am, first of all, coming to the notebooks, I will like to emphasize. I like to emphasize on the main books. The main books. First of all, a student must focus on the main books. Why I'm saying at the main books, because the future is of next one and next two examination. If a student from right now studies a main book and jot down all the
Main
concepts
books
from
means
there,
main
but
books. Do you mean that Harper's Biochemistry or BD Chaurasia's
uh,
Anatomy? Do you mean
uh,
that?
ma'am, I will say that Harper's Biochemistry is good, but Shotonarayan is good, and the ABC
Okay.
by Mozammel Haq sir, Professor Mozammel Haq sir from the Bangladesh writer, it is good to study from there. They are the standard books, but
Okay.
when you give a Harper to a first year student, they will be frustrated
They get
because it is too
nervous.
tough. They will be very much nervous. What is this? I will not able to cope up with the biochemistry. They will leave the biochemistry. Ultimately, they will fail. But so Shotonarayan, then these ABC, these are of great help. These are the companions. These are the standard books. They should read it.
And
That just
also
like an holy
student
book.
friendly understanding is easier, I guess.
Yes, yes, Shotonarayan's language is very much understandable. So they should read. They should read Bidi Chaurasia, and one main book they should read, that is the Gaitan. Our professor's
Right.
favorite book is Gaitan. There is
Right.
no alternative to Gaitan. Gaitan is so good. When you are able to understand the concepts, you will fall in love. But reading Gaitan is very hectic and it's time consuming. But you have to give some topics in that. You have to invest some time. Later on you will feel that, yeah, I have invested and this is the things I have invested. And then in the lockdown time, I used to read through the online because I didn't have that book and all that. So I used to read particular some subjects, particular concepts. I used to jot it down from and note it down in the from the guidance, from the guidance book. So I will more emphasize on the main books, then
Acha,
coming to the
Akash,
sir and
Akash,
madam's lecture.
I'm interrupting you. Notes, college help you with the notes, and while during the prof
Yes.
exam, you also prepare your own notes. Your teacher gives you some notes. You know, consult 3 4 books, and you prepare an answer, right?
Yes, ma'am. I am coming to that point, ma'am. By going to the lectures, professor will say that this is important for Viva. What the external wants to hear from you. If you can't say that, you will be failed. So these are the points you have to note it down in your notebook. And this
Okay.
comes the importance of note. And then before examination, there are some notebooks available which are not recommendable but available for, because what, you will able to write the answers by seeing that, by seeing how to write an answer.
Okay.
There are some questions, ma'am, there are 3 to 4 questions, but the answer is same. So notebooks guide to that, that you don't have to wonder the whole college, the seniors, you don't have to ask anyone, but there, that answer is there, but you have to consult with the sats notes and the main book that the answer is correct or not. That is
You
the
have
main
to
thing, ma'am.
mix, your teacher's notes or your lecturer's professor notes
Yes.
along with this, notebooks, main books, and to create a good construct, a good infrastructure. Okay,
Yes,
answer.
ma'am.
That's
Yes.
good. Okay. So how you
The
feel daily items, cards, and Viber? How you feel about it? Initially, it was
ma'am, first,
hectic, bad.
initially it will be hectic up to the first term. Up to the first term, I should say that up to the first term, it will be a lot hectic. You have to cope up. You have to fight with it, with the situation. But after the first term has been crossed, you become pass. Then professors will be cool, relaxed. They will not give too much pressure on you. But when the abdomen card will be over, okay, you will be just cool. But abdomen
Just
is very easy, but abdomen will be very easy, ma'am. But the thing is that it's a very vast, it is a vast viscera chapters. Biochemistry will be very heavy, but when this part will be covered up in the half second term, everything will be like a cakewalk. All will be
it will
settled,
be like a
no
cakewalk.
worries.
Wow, amazing,
Yeah,
amazing
all will
statement
be
to be.
settled.
All will be settled. So,
Yes,
Akash, I still remember there was situation at times when you were in Bangladesh, I'm in Kolkata, and we used to exchange,
yes,
messages in WhatsApp. I
yes,
had
ma'am.
seen a Akash whom I cannot match today. You are talking so maturely, with so much confidence. That time I knew Akash Datta, who was like, "Ma'am, I am not going to pass the first prop." You
Yes.
were so tensed about it. Okay, and everybody was at a point of time. How you feel now? How you feel now, and how you change yourself to achieve this? Because there will be many Akash Datta like you who will feel that a fear of failure, because that will be the first prof exam after 1.5 years. So you tell me how you changed yourself, how you motivated yourself, and how you study. I mean, what are the basic tricks you followed to pass at the first attempt?
First of all, I was not so much good in studies because I don't want to study. I don't want to study. I want to just roam around, googling or everything
You're a
doing
smart
except
student. You don't believe in hard working. That I understood. But then again, you sat and
before
you started.
items. I used to study. I used before the item day at the morning 4 a.m. I used to woke up and then I used to study and go and clearing the item. But that was my daily routine. I didn't study the whole day, long day. But bones was my the bones. I used to study with my friend Devdeep, and he is very studious boy. He used to
Yes,
show us
yes, yes.
everything. But yeah, he is. So he used to study, but I used to study for that before day. From I used to prepare. But if the item is of anatomy, is of written or physiology, biochemistry, I will stay at that day. Okay, ma'am. And my point was that I was not able to cope up. So I changed myself at the point when in second term I
You
not
thought
able
on
to
the
sit.
last over, you always used to think that on the last over you will, keep on giving sixers. So that was your motivation. Then you decided to become a
Eh,
test player.
At the second term, ma'am, I got shattered that I'm not able to sit in the second term examination of anatomy, and I cried a lot. And I thought that no, one day will come that I will be sitting in this anatomy examination, and I will be clearing it. I will be giving the viva, and I will be excelling it. Not I am saying I will be the topper. I don't want to be the topper. I just want to be. I want to pass. That's it. I want to clear my image in anatomy department. So
Okay.
in the third term, I sat in the anatomy card examination and all that. I cleared all my items very peacefully without any pendings and everything. I got third in the card examination of the nervous system, and also cleared the biochemistry. And this was the acing I was done. This was the thing I was doing during the March of 2020, and that Corona came that point, and it was just shattered. After when I joined college again on 2021 January, gave the third term, which was not completed, then giving the first prof. In the time of the first professional examination, one thing just knocked that I have to pass at least two subjects. One subject I will give in the supply, but when I was preparing, that confidence came that if I study, if I do good in the written examination, my viva will not be a problem. And I studied from the those 10 years paper back questions, 10 years university questions. I studied what professors said, which one is important. They gave us viva sheets, which will be the asked, which may be asked, which can be asked, which teachers wants to listen. They gave us all those things, and I just studied from there.
When
And it was a point.
you started following the classes, and you thought, "Ki, okay, now no more last moment studies. You have started studying." I have
Yes,
then heard you also told me, ma'am, I have started studying. Only in the afternoon I take a nap, and then I sat to sit to study and all that. That I
yes.
understand. I have seen your changes. We all saw. I mean, then you tell me, is it very scary? How was your first prop examination?
It's too scary. It's too scary if you don't study. It will be very hectic. It's not scary, it's hectic to give the first prop. Why it is hectic? Because at a point was time that we all our friend circle, I took a name of my friend that I used to study 36 hours. We haven't slept. We are studying, because we didn't study in 2020 that much, not up to the prof level, because in studying in professional examination is a different, and studying in the term card item is different. So we didn't study. We was to study before 36 hours. We haven't slept at the day of examination and given. So it was a hectic. And giving there were two papers for each subjects, and there will be practical, there will be viva, ospi, everything will be there. So ma'am, it's a hectic, but all when the examination will be over, the feeling is of another level.
Another level, right? So when the result came, how was your situation? I mean, you were like,
I never believed it. I never believed it. I never I never believed it.
no, I understand. No, I have seen maximum of our student who had gone there had cracked the first at the first attempt, the first prop. I'm very proud. We are all proud. The entire team of Aspiring Life is very proud of all of you. All of you are studying well, but I think this would not been have been possible without the help of the teachers, the principals, or the
Yes,
guidance of the lecturers, professors. Everybody helped you. Okay, so today I think your Samira ma'am had helped you. You said already, so all this help.
yes. Hamid ma'am, Habib sir, Manik
Habib
sir,
sir,
Rajiv Bodua sir,
Habib sir is
Jaina
like
ma'am.
a diamond in the College of Business Trust and Anatomy. Whenever it comes to anatomy, Bangladesh, people will always name Habib sir. Definitely Samira ma'am, everybody. So this help is only possible when the two countries, the two countries people understand each other language. It becomes
Yes,
more connected. So I think you, in the initial introduction, you said that your mother and your uncle, I mean maternal uncle, mama, were very connected to Bangladesh emotionally. I think that helped that you did not choose Russia and Ukraine, because I remember you had given me an option, madam, I want to go to Ukraine. I still remember it. So I think,
yes.
do you regret going to Bangladesh and not choosing Ukraine, or vice versa, Akash?
No, ma'am, there is no regret. There is no regret. But when I see the winters of Ukraine, really, there is. I like to go there. The
You can
scorching
go on a
summers of.
vacation or something. I understand. But as
But
per
but
becoming
there
a
is no regret.
doctor, Mane,
There is no
as
regret.
for
Means
your
everything.
education, as for education, I
Yes.
think no regrets. Today, I regret why I'm sitting here and everybody's sitting here due to COVID. Okay, we regret sitting here. We regret of not going to Bangladesh. We are not, regretting of not traveling. But again, then I'm not regretting today. I'm enjoying sitting with one of my very favorite students, you, Akash, and
Mm-hmm.
making people
Yes.
understand, and people are understanding the books they need to study and how to approach all this. I'm enjoying this. So, we
Yes.
have regrets, but we have bigger achievements also, because going to Bangladesh, you have achieved many things. You got good teachers, good roommates, group studies. Seniors were good. Okay,
Yes.
I know your senior was so happy to see you pass the first prof at the first attempt. To mention Orpon here, one of our student also, he was more happy than you that you Akash had cracked. So there's a good relationship among senior junior. So
Yeah.
all these are possible when there is no problem with the language, when there is no problem with the disease. And I think Akash, in Bangladesh, you can touch the patients as well, which is not possible if you would have gone to Ukraine or Russia. And
No,
the
not possible
MCI passing ratio had been always better for our students.
for Bangladesh.
Over Bangladesh always. Why? Why do you think this is so? I know the answer, but I want you to tell the other student, aspiring doctors or students, why do you think why it is happening? Why Bangladesh is the students coming from Bangladesh is passing the NMC next exam or MCI screening.
Hmm.
Initially, we used to call them at the first attempt. Why?
First of all, coming to the classes, there are dedicated classes where the students are studying, they are gaining concepts. Okay, they have no time to waste. They have to study, otherwise they will fail, and the years will be lag. And people are trying very hard, fighting the fighting to pass. And the second point is that the ward classes, in the ward classes there is general examination, there will be surgery rounds, there will be dedicated pediatric wards, gynae wards, everything are there, which you only not visit or giving a round is not, you have to touch the patient, you have to see everything, duties will be there. So gaining knowledge is very important right now, because next examination is always up to the what is your clinical knowledge, they will see your clinics. So the clinics are in Bangladesh and India are more or less same, and Bangladesh is high in their primary healthcare system. So what a MBBS doctor at a preliminary level should know, our hospital can give. That is the main important thing. All the medical college in Bangladesh can give that. So it is of very much important. So they pass. There always a high rank in the medical exit examinations like FMGs and all that.
Akash, you can continue, and I'm sorry, everyone, due to some network issue, uh, it got hanged. Akash, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
ma'am.
Sorry. So,
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
okay, thank you. Actually, due to network issue, I got paused and there was
Yeah,
some
miss. I understood.
issues. Yeah, yeah. Akash, tell me about tutorials. You had covered how the teachers helped and all that. Uh, Suppose there are students, okay, who don't understand everything in the class, and you only mention the teacher asks you, okay, if you don't understand, you can meet me, and how they're helpful in
Yes.
that way. How they're helpful in
They are
that way.
very much. They are very much helpful. If the teacher sees the student is really not able to coping up with the situation, not then they will guide you. Then they will call you in their cabins and all. They will mark. They will mark the books, the questions. They will tell you the tricks, what to do, how to study. They will push you at the end till the end of the 1.5 year. They do it like this way. Even the professors are so much helpful. They connect with, they like to connect with the students, and they give,
Yes.
they take care of the foreign students. They always say that you are the mehman in Bangladesh. So this is the line. So our Dr. Manik sir told us that Akash, study hard. Habib said, "Is always there is a line, catchy line of Habib said, you have came from a distant country, and you have to study what you are doing here." So I didn't used to understand that in the first term, but I understood in the later on what is the lines. The lines are
To
the
add
very
to
important.
it, I would like to say everybody who are going to BGC or studying, Habib sir is a person who remembers every student's name from every batch. That is like a magic that he will remember.
Yes,
And whenever I talk to him, he keeps saying, this student of yours is not studying, this student is very good, this student is average. He gives me entire picture, and every time I get amazed. A person from this stature, from this professionally sound, so academically brilliant person,
yes,
and
ma'am.
he remembers every name and how you are doing, who is not attending this class, everything is at the tip of his
Everything.
finger. I think all this relationship between the teacher and the student also helps a student to get motivated, besides getting
Absolutely.
absolutely. And Akash, tell me, to pass the first attempt, to pass the first prop in the first attempt, how many hours of study is required for an average intelligent student?
Ma'am, I like to take a name, or from South India, from Andhra Pradesh, there is one girl, my very good friend, she is Mahita. She
Mahita,
is
yeah.
so intelligent. Yes, Mahita, she used to don't want to study. She used to study one day before the examination, in the professional examination also. She used to study from the evening. She used to come to her friends, ask what are the things, Sir will ask what are the things important for the written, and she used to study and give the examination, and she passed. Okay, ma'am. It depends upon the
She is
student.
very intelligent. These
Yes,
are very rare
this is
cases. Okay, these are rare
yes, ma'am.
cases. I'm talking about the average percentage of student. How many hours is very
Average,
important.
ma'am. If a student is not confident about what he has studied, if he cannot recall, if or she cannot recall that answer, then he must give more emphasis or pressure, and give separate time for that. It can be go up to 14 hours if you wish to. It can be, if he doesn't want to sleep, he can continue. So, ma'am, it depends, ma'am. But the most important thing is, I used to study from the morning till the night, taking 3 to 4 gaps. But that's important, ma'am. Sleeping is very important. Without that, nothing will be so much.
You need to
He can write.
eat healthy on time, and then also take nap and
Yes,
proper sleep. Otherwise, mentally you cannot work. That is, I understand.
yes.
Tell me, Akash, for MBBS, is studying individually more fruitful or studying in group is more fruitful?
Studying in group, or in acquaintance with a senior. I studied, though I studied with my friends seniors, so they take some help from the seniors, that what to study, I don't know nothing, or what to write in, how to write in the examination. They used to say, write like this way, underline this, make a representation of those, of the whole answer sheet should be representation of what you are writing, write in bold, so that professors can see what are the important things. Do not write like history, you are writing and writing, there is no, the sir will not see it. So there should be so these are the things only can be helped by the seniors and our friends. Without them, individually, there are some cases, ma'am, but maximum we have studied like this way.
You have studied in group even with the help of seniors. Okay.
Yes,
So senior had a very important role for the juniors.
yes, ma'am. Very important role. Very important role.
So Akash, during our school days, or everybody, when you were in school also, class 10, 12, there are question banks and everything. So do you also have some question banks when come to MBBS studies?
Yes, ma'am. We have two question banks. First, when I entered the college, the batchmates, but the Bangladeshi students gave us to our batch monitors one PDF, and the PDF was the cornea. There's a question bank in our college. There the previous year questions of card and term. From there, from 5 years previous questions, the questions will be recalled in the written examination.
Okay, but
Okay,
it's more
they
like
will.
the 10 years. It's more like the 10 years question paper books we used to get for class 10 and 12, right?
Yes,
Like the
ma'am.
10
Yes,
years
there is.
question bank.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
before the professional examination, there is. Then we buy Orbit. Some buy Orbit. I buy the complimentary, which is published from the Chittagong Medical College. Maybe the
Wow.
Chittagong Medical College. So the complimentary, I take a help from there. I studied 5 years from there. These are the things we
Is it
use.
helpful? Was it helpful to you?
Very helpful. Very helpful, ma'am. Previous year questions, but must you we have to do that.
So, so every day you used to follow this question bank of, or, before exam.
Yes, ma'am. I used to, for example, there is a chapter of anatomy that is the stomach. First, I
Okay.
take all the 5 to 6 year questions. I mark it down in my notes. These are the important things. Questions came, so I don't have to look this came or not from the two books. So all the things are noted down in my notebook. I just study from there.
In the question bank, do you have the answers also, or only the questions?
Only the questions.
Okay.
Only the questions will be there.
So
There will be
every
available
year
of some
they're
notebooks,
updating it.
but I
Every
didn't
year
have.
they're updating it, right?
Yes, ma'am. Every year they are updating it. It is published before 3 to 4 months before a professional examination. Every year they publish, and that
So
have to be followed. Either.
I think if somebody studies 11 to 12 hours, okay, and follow these question banks, this, books, this guidance
Mm-hmm.
from the teachers, the main book, it's very easy to pass, right?
Yes, it is very easy to pass.
I
Very
think
easy.
you are now more confident for your second prop. I think.
Yeah, somewhat. Ma'am, might somewhat, ma'am.
Because
Ma'am,
that
the prof examination is not.
fear factor had
Ye-
somehow gone a little bit, it had
Yes, ma'am.
drifted apart.
What I have committed a mistake, ma'am, that I should have, ma'am, I should have bought that Orbit or the professional examination book from the first term. That every junior should do that, buying an Orbit or complimentary, and before giving an item, just checking which questions are coming in that chapter. We are all doing the same thing, studying all the CU questions and extra questions which the professors loves to hear or ask us. So in this way, we are studying right now. We have just known how to study for the items for the prof. What is the real thing? What is going in the university? What the universities are asking?
Okay, that is great, Akash. It had been a very good session, from you. So soon, Aspiring Life is going to arrange a webinar, and Akash will, you have to be there to guide our new students who are going to go. Okay, and Akash is becoming a, senior now, so he can guide you the best, I think. And everybody who had heard have any questions can dial me at 9051772900, and we are very soon going to have a webinar, and Akash will, I'm telling it again, that Akash will guide you with the books, the question banks, any question. Even the parents can attend the webinar. So from Aspiring, I welcome everybody to, join the session who are interested to go, going to under Chittagong Medical University or to BGC Trust Medical College. So we will enjoy that. And Akash, thank you so much. From a busy time, you are studying also and having good food at,
No, ma'am.
homemade mothers cooked food because of COVID. Hope to all, we all can again soon, things get normalized and we can travel very soon to Bangladesh and get back to our normal life. That's your normal life, sitting in Bangladesh, studying and going to college. And wish you all the best, Akash. Thank you. And
Thank
viewers,
you, ma'am.
do subscribe and like our channel. And we will come with very new things very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.